welcome. Today is February 1st, 2022. That is important because we're looking back at the year 2015. I just recorded a reaction video to my 2015 list, which I did not look at when I made this list. So we're going to count down the top 20 games of 2015. I was originally going to do a top 10, which is what I normally do, but my gosh, there were so many good games that were released this year that I liked that I decided to expand it out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'd really like some feedback on these lists to kind of see what did you like in 2015? Am I just crazy? So let's get started on this voyage of the top 20 games of 2015 as of 2022. Number 20 is Halia. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a two-player game. It's a little bit abstract about these island things as you're going around, and it's not one that I hear a whole lot about. It's one I would definitely tell you to check out. So I would tell you if you have a two-player need, to research this one and see if it's something that will fit your gaming needs. It's one I bought at Kind of the North. It's kind of on a whim, and boy was I glad. It's one of our top-playing two-player only games. And man, was it that long ago, 2015, it was released. Number 19 is Lignum. Now, how I came across this game once again was just in a store, sold on a shelf, will take a heavy euro. Yes, that is right up my alley. Lignum is all about wood. And what game doesn't include wood in this weird board gaming hobby that we have, where we have a lot of wood. And not just wooden pieces, I'm talking about actual wood, like Agricola has wood in it, etc. Lignum's all about chopping down this wood. But boys, do you have to plan like 4 or 5 turns in advance in order to progress at all in this game. There's a lot of planning in this game. It is meaty, but I love Lignum. Lignum is I would say heavier euro. I would say it takes quite a bit of planning in this game, and one that if you're into like the drier euro type deals, Lignum is one you may not have heard of that I highly, highly recommend. Number 18 is Best Treehouse Ever. This is a small drafting game from Green Couch Games. I played this at my friend Mike's house one time. We were visiting up there for Kind of the North, and it was a game that I just really, really enjoyed. At the time, it was very hard to find. I was able to find a copy. It was at my house before I got home, and my wife loves this game. We were packing up games for the Dice Tower cruise coming up, what we're going to take. This was on her list of games that she definitely wanted to take with her. It stood the test of time. Best Treehouse Ever is an excellent 2 to 4 player card drafting game, but it is super duper cute about building up your treehouse. Number 17 is Argonauts. This is down from 8 on the list last time. It's fallen a little bit, but not because it's a bad game. I don't play it as much, but it is because some of these games from this year are just wowzers. This is a cooperative game where you're trying to make this trip with the Argonauts, chasing the Argonauts, and you can play 2 cards on a turn, but once you play a card, you can't play it again for a while. It's got to cool off a little bit, and so you're kind of playing these cards from your hand and trying to manipulate them to get the best results, and you'll stop at ports and you need to purchase things and kind of get your supplies, etc. This is a really fun one you probably haven't heard of, but Argonauts is one I highly, highly recommend. Number 16 is Sylvian, and this is one that was number 9 on the list last time. It is a solo-only card game, but one I adore. There's an app for this. I played the app quite a bit. It's that on the Unriam series of games, and this is one that I just find to be a blast and a lot of fun. One I can easily recommend, but keep in mind it's solo only, so only for my solo players will you enjoy this game. Number 15 is Food Chain Magnate. It's one of our favorite games. We ask to play this all the time. My wife wants to play this one, but it is a long game. It's also an unforgiving game. It's also a game that can go on for a while, and you could be out of it if you don't know what you're doing. There are certain paths that I have such learned that are probably better. Get that guru, I think, if you can. But, you know, it's got that 50s motif to it. It's a very cool looking game. I've upgraded this one a lot. Food Chain Magnate, just kind of know what you're getting into before you start the game. Number 14 is Kraftwagen. This is one of my favorite games. I also stumbled on this one at Kind of the North many years ago. Somebody had a copy of this. I played it. I loved it. It's got that mechanic where you can go as far as you want around the track, and get the goodie that you want, but whoever's behind will take the next turn. So you're giving up a lot of stuff to get what you want. You're making and producing cars, which between Kanban and this and Automania is just a theme that really works in board games and one that I like a lot. If you haven't played Kraftwagen, check this one out. It is phenomenal. Number 13 is the Big Book of Madness. This is a cooperative game. It's kind of hard about casting spells and being out. There was on my 1-2 playlist last time I made this, and it is one that is just held up over time. I've never tried the expansion. I got to play this with famed game reviewer Scott Nicholson one time on a Dice Tower cruise, and what a blast that was. I have a great memory of this game, the Big Book of Madness. Number 12 is Bloody Inn. This is a card game I take with me a lot of places. It's got very few components. Has a macabre kind of theme to it where you're killing bodies and hiding them for the police show up. Although, it's fairly abstract. You're just hiding cards, really, if you don't like that sort of thing. But that is the theme of the game. It has a lot of good hand management and card play in it. And this is what I like. If I'm going to play a short game, works well with 2, 3, or 4, this is one I will routinely find myself pulling out over and over and over again. If you haven't played this one for whatever reason, check it out. Number 11 is The Pursuit of Happiness. This is a game that has multiple Kickstarters. This is the game of life for gamers. And it's a fantastic kind of worker placement. You got so much time that you can spend, but what pursuits are going to do in life. And when you're done, you kind of have a story about how this person's life went. What was he like when he was a baby? What was he like when he was a little kid, a teenager to an adult? And then even retirement and he passes away. Did you go after the family? Did you go after your job? Or did you just be like a stoner and go after your pursuits? Whatever it is, no judgments. It's all about scoring the most points. And there isn't just one path to victory. Pursuit of Happiness. Check this one out. So that's 20 through 11 from 2015. Things have shaken up quite a bit. Throughout time, I've played a lot more games 2015, a lot more experience with these games. Even going through this list, I'm like, did I really rate that higher than the other one? And it's very exciting to go through these games and remember the good times and the memories I had with them. Next time, we're going to count down the top 10 games of 2015. I hope you join us for that one. I'll see you guys next time.